Hey there, for those of you guys who follow me pretty regularly, this is going to look familiar to you. This is another speaker at the National Achievers Congress 2017. This was back in, I think, March, April, May of this year? I don't know. Either way, I'm sorry this is taking so long to get all these guys out there because I really want to share what all these speakers had to say to everyone, just so you can try to get at least my golden nuggets, my takeaways from each speaker. Now, I guess it's a good thing that it's been taking me a bit because business has been very busy. That's always a good thing. It's the right kind of problem to have, but I still want to be putting out awesome material for everybody who is interested in building a business, growing a business, becoming an entrepreneur, starting a business, all these things, how to invest, how to grow once you've got there and protect that wealth and use taxes to your advantage. These are all the things that I love, I continue to learn about, and I want to continue to teach about. So, that being said, let's knock out another one of these, and then I think we just have two left. And if I can get these done before National Achievers Congress 2018, that's going to be good. All right, so this speaker is Thomas Tadlock, and as you can see, he's a good-looking guy. He's in the fitness industry, so I guess that makes sense. Now, I'll try to do my usual little quote here. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. This is one that Thomas Tadlock hit up, and it's a Henry Ford quote that is famous and very applicable to what he was talking about, because he was talking about the power of the mind over the body, over your surroundings, over your future, all of that. So we cannot underestimate the power of our own mind and the thoughts that we put into our head, okay? That being said, let's give Mr. Tadlock his little spiel, make sure I do him credit. So I'm actually just going to read here what was in the booklet, but I'll scroll through here as we go. So, at age 34, he was a broke, out-of-work personal trainer. By age 36, he became 100% financially free by creating multiple streams of passive income in the areas of real estate, investing, precious metals, e-commerce, and creating one of the largest fitness boot camps in Orange County, California. Thomas has successfully led trainings for thousands of individuals, organizations, and entrepreneurs nationwide, including professional recording artists, models, and entrepreneurs. He is a master trainer for 3 different fitness companies and has been featured on multiple fitness DVDs. There we go, like I said, good-looking guy. Thomas holds a master's degree in exercise science and health promotion and 8 national fitness certifications. Boom and boom. So, good for this guy. First of all, he's kind of one of these rags to riches. In 2 years, that's pretty incredible. Like every, quote, overnight success, I guarantee this guy was working at it for a long time before that, but lessons that he learned along the way, maybe they took a little time to kick in, and that's how he was able to go 34 to 36, broke to independent. That's awesome. So what can we learn from this guy? Well, apparently we can get an interesting transition there, but I'm not even going to let it derail me here. If you can tell, maybe I'm in a little bit of a hurry. That doesn't mean I want to give any less quality to you guys. But let's get this video done. So, the first takeaway I got from Mr. Tadlock. He said, when I say something, it means one thing. When you say it, it means everything. Okay, so what did that mean to me? The first thing is that both for yourself and for anyone else that maybe you're trying to persuade, maybe you're trying to sell, whatever the case may be, you need to get buy-in. I could talk until I was blue in the face, and sometimes I feel like I do maybe, but I could talk about why being an employee and sticking with the, quote, secure job is not going to be the best decision for the average person in the upcoming future. I can try to say, hey, you don't even have to quit your job yet, but maybe you should really think about getting something going on the side. First of all, it's going to be a nice little diversification of your income, but also maybe you'll build something that you really like into something big and you can make money that way. But if I'm just yelling at people that they need to do this, they're probably not really going to care. right? They either have to already care or have to make the value proposition so obvious to them that, of course, they should do this. And the point is that it doesn't matter my message unless it becomes your message. And that's what I took away from this. So the buy-in is super important, whether you're talking to your team or your parents or a potential sale, right? You're talking to a customer. They are the ones that need to buy in, and they are the ones that need to believe what you're saying. Okay. The other thing that this kind of brought up that he talked about a little bit is just that stop being a spectator and start playing the game. I think this is also huge in the world of entrepreneurship, but also just in investing. So right now, there is a whole lot of money in 401k accounts and IRAs and stuff, and this is what the average employee is encouraged to do with their money. And basically, out of sight, out of mind, it'll do great. It'll grow 10% over year in the long run, right? And boy, I'm going to let you do your own research on this, but that is going to be a disastrous situation in the near future. But I'm not even going to go into that here. All I'm saying is that is deferring the work to somebody else. That is putting your money in somebody else's hands. And we can apply the same thing to any other area of your life. Instead of being a spectator, we need to play the game. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, that means you need to start making a product. Or I should say, talk to your market. What do they want? Find a solution to a problem and give it to them. That's how you start playing the game. If you want to start learning to invest, it means, well, don't assume that you're going to know more than somebody who's been studying it for 20 years, but you can start somewhere. What are you interested in? Start there, start learning and invest $100. See what happens, right? Okay, so play the game. Let's go on to the next takeaway, and let's also see if I made the same ridiculous transition error on this one. No, it doesn't look like it. Sweet. Okay. The next takeaway I got from Thomas was to focus on the roots instead of the fruits. This is pretty simple. I mean, what he was saying is that there are certain surface things that we have a tendency to focus on. And these things, first of all, they never make us happy when we get them. But second of all, we don't get them by necessarily trying to get them. We get them by developing a strong foundation of who we are, what we do, what our skills are, all these things. Now, I actually kind of disagree a little bit with how he specifically put it. And what he did is he said there's the mental state, the emotional state, the spiritual state, and the physical state. And he was kind of saying that the first three, your mentality, your emotions, and your spirit are all kind of the roots of who you are. And what everybody focuses on is the physical state, being, how you look, how much money you have, how many vacation days you get, whatever, those physical things. And you have to focus on the first three, and that's what makes the physical state come to fruition, right? I kind of disagree. I think there is a root in all four of these, and we just need to focus on developing the right mental state, the right emotional state, the right spiritual state, and the right physical state, whatever that means for us. It varies as many individuals as there are, right? So, that being said, the point I'm trying to make is focus on building a foundation, not on the shiny objects, and go from there. Okay, the third takeaway I had from Thomas, this is my favorite. It says that your mind is the thermostat of your life. What does this mean? This is kind of talking more to the mentality, the state of your mind, but I think this is huge because he's basically saying it doesn't matter what happens to you in life one moment to the next, right? There's there's so many days we're going to live, there's so many hours we're going to live, and there's so many things that are going to happen. It's not the instant thing that happens. It's all the time that has built up to that and the foundation that we've developed, specifically in our minds in this case, right? So the best examples, I have two examples on either end of the spectrum, and the best examples I had to explain this is, first of all, the one that we want to avoid is... That's just saying your mentality will overcome your current situation. Okay, lottery winners. And I guess you could apply this to professional sports athletes as well, right? Lottery winners, they just get a bunch of money, but they have no foundation of what to do with it, what its real value is, even though there's a number on it. It's abstract at that point. And so generally they go broke within a few years because they don't have the right mentality, right? They had whatever mentality they had prior to that, as far as their finances went, and then this huge windfall of money in an instant could not erase 10, 30, 50 years, whatever, of mentality around their finances, okay? Same with sports players, right? These guys are amazing athletes, and that's what they've practiced to be. They have no idea how to manage money. So they come into millions and millions in their short 5 to 10 year career that they need to make last forever, well, the rest of their lives, and they have no idea how to do it, right? Their mentality when they were a broke college kid is the same as when they're a multi-millionaire. And the point that we're getting at here is we need to develop a strong mentality around our finances and around making money and protecting our wealth and doing a good job in the world at the same time. So the other end of the spectrum is one of my favorite characters, Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. He says this all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, but he says if he lost everything tomorrow, it wouldn't matter because he has a rich mentality. He understands the world of money. He understands business and investing. And he knows what he would need to do tomorrow to start from scratch. Okay? So a blip in the radar, whatever it be, let's say a huge lawsuit takes out everything he owns. I don't know. That's impossible because he protects it. But anyway, he would still be okay because he'd be able to build it back up. All right? That being said, this is going to end this National Achievers Congress, and we're going to get 2 more before we're done. So I will see you on the next one.